We'll start on tab 1. This is health emergency. The first thing you need to know whenever there's any sort of health emergency is that somebody could come to you to report the incident. Before that person runs away, make sure and get where the location of it was, if the person was male or female that got hurt. Ask them, what was the person wearing and if they're okay. So that way, whenever you get to a walkie and you give that information over to an MOD, there won't be any question in terms of where the location of the person is and who they're looking for. This helps us be really efficient in finding the scenario. As the MOD is approaching the scene, they're going to look for things that may have caused the incident. Is there a tripping hazard they need to take care of so nobody else also gets hurt in this scenario? And then as they're approaching the victim, they're going to be the delegator in this situation. So is the person breathing? Are they conscious? And do they have a pulse? If they're not breathing, but they do have a pulse, it may be an airway blockage. In our CPR certification classes, we teach a finger sweep to take care of those scenarios. If the person's not breathing and they don't have a pulse, that's when we move to CPR. In our CPR certification, we learned that we do 30 compressions and 2 breaths for 5 rounds. By this point, the MOD's already delegated tasks such as tennis desk, call the 911, front desk, bring the AED and first aid kit. When they've done this and they haven't had any signs of life and EMS is on their way, this is when we'd move to the AED. AED stands for Automated External Defibrillator. This is something we use, it's like a heart saver. It's going to try to shock the heart to start beating again. AEDs may sound very intimidating, but it's going to give you voice commands on how to use it as you begin. Make sure if you're using an AED anywhere near a puddle of water, that is dried up before you attach the AED to the body. The last part that you'll see on the back page is some recovery positions. You'll only use these as a last resort. Let's say I'm the MOD and I can't find any help for somebody to bring me the first aid kit or the AED. In that case, I'll go myself, but I want to put the victim in a recovery position. And this is a way to put them on their side just in case they regain consciousness while you're away. And what you're going to do is put their hand like they're waving high, that's going to wrap over and become their pillow, and you'll roll them over to their other arm and pop a leg out. That keeps them on their side. The reason we keep this as a last resort is because we don't know if there's a neck or back injury all the time, and we don't want to make a situation worse. So if we can monitor signs of life before we do that, that's what we want to do until EMS arrives. That's all I have for health emergency. You'll also see that there's ways to dispose of anything that got contaminated and clean up after the incident.